Okay, so let's continue with our Python coding exercise series. So open the leetcode.com and click on the problems tab. And if you scroll down in the search question number 3042, hit enter. So we have this question, count prefix and suffix pairs one, and it is easy category question. So click on it. Okay, so let's read the question first. You are a zero index string array world. So we know in Python all the arrays are zero index. Zero index means the first index is zero, then one, then two, then three. So we have some array is given worlds. So and if you see the function definition, so we have input array is given worlds, which is a array. Array means list. Okay. Okay. Let's define a Boolean function. So we need to define a Boolean function is prefix and suffix that takes two strings, string 1 and string 2. Okay. Is prefix and suffix string 1 and string 2 return true if string 1 is both a prefix and suffix of string 2 and false otherwise? So what will happen? So there is a some external function. So if you read this question, maybe you know you got to know, okay, this function is already defined. You know, you just need to use it. But no, this function is not defined. So you need to define this function. Either you can define this function or you can directly write the logic here. All right. So okay, so but let's suppose you define this function is prefix and suffix, and it is going to take two arguments, string 1 and string 2. And this is a Boolean function. Boolean function means either it is going to return true or either it's going to return false. Okay, when it is going to return true and when it is going to return false. So it is going to take two worlds, right? String 1 and string 2. It is going to return true if string 1 is both if string 1 is both a prefix and suffix of string 2. What does it mean is, so let's suppose, so we have string 1 a, and so let's suppose we have string 1 as a and string 2 as ABA. So is string 1 is the prefix of string 2? So yes, because A comes here. Is string 1 is the suffix of string 2? So yes. So if string 1 is both the prefix and suffix of string 2, then we said, okay, return true. Right? If it is not, then we have to return false. So return an integer denoting the number of, so we need to return an integer. So basically we need to return an integer. So if you see the function definition, so we have to return the integer. An integer means the number. So number of pair such that this function is going to return true. All right, so we have this function. Let's go to the whiteboard. So we took two examples. So we have one words are given A, B, A, B, A. So what is the ideal approach? What we have to do is, so what is the ideal approach is, let me take the pen. So we will start from this thing and we will compare this with this, right? So the same thing we did is, so we created one function and we compare A and ABA. So A is the prefix of ABA, yes, A is in the suffix of ABA, yes, so true. Then we compare A with AB, ABA, yes, then we are comparing this, then it is also written true. Then we are going to compare this A with A. Yes, this is written true. So this is finished. Then what we will do is, so we are going to compare ABA with ABABA. So ABA, so ABA is the prefix of ABABA, and ABA is also the suffix of ABABA, right? Then we are going to compare this with this string. So this is going to return false because ABA is not a prefix of AA, and neither ABA is a prefix or suffix of AA. All right. Okay, let me rub that. All right. And then similarly, when we reach here, so we are going to compare this string with this one. And when we reach here, so there is nothing forward to check. All right. So basically, we need to run two for loops. So let's jump to the code. So what we need to do is we need to run. So one thing is that we need some output variable count, right? And we need to run two loop for I in range of, and the first loop is going to start from A and it is going to run till this point. It is not going to run till this point because if we run here, from which world we are going to compare, no, right? So there is no further world. So whatever the length, so let's calculate the length of the words. So we can say words length is equal to length of words. Right. So for I in the range of, so if we just do words length, then it is going to run till this element, right? A. But we are going to run only till this element. So -1. Okay. So we pick first element. All right. So this element should be compared with the next element. So we need one another loop for j in range of, and it should be picked for the next element, right? So if it is 0, then it should be 1. But if it is 1, then it should be 2. If it is 2, it should be 3. So basically starting point is I plus 1. And this loop should go till last because it is going till last as well, right? So a also compare with a, so which is words length. Okay, now we need to define this function, right? Is prefix and suffix, is prefix and suffix. So you can define that function def is prefix and suffix. It is going to take two arguments, string 1, string 2. So it is not necessary you will define this function. You can directly write the logic here as well. But let's, whatever they have given, we can do that. All right. So we have this function. So what we will do is, if when we call this function, all right. So we have to call this function with word of I means, so first element this will go, and j means the remaining element. So a with aba, a with a with aa, right? So words of I and words of j. If it is going to return true, then we are going to increment our count variable and we are going to return count, and we are going to return our count variable, right? Okay, but what is the logic for this one? What is the logic of this one? So how, like, there is start with and ends with function in the string. So if I just say, if a, or you can say aba starts with a, yes, aba starts ends with a, true, right? So we can like do like this. So if string 2 dot starts with string 1, and, or we can directly return this, and string 2 dot ends with string 1. All right. So basically so starts with and star ends with, there are a python function. So let me show you. So these are the python function, and this is string function. What it is going to do, so there is a variable where is a geeks for geeks. So is geeks for geeks start with geeks, true. Is geeks for geeks start with hello, so which is going to return false, right? So it is going to return true or false. It is going to return true or false. So the same thing we did, because we have to check prefix and suffix, right? So this thing is going to check the prefix and this thing is going to check the suffix. So if it is going to true, then we are going to increment our count. So let's run that. Okay, so if world is not defined, so it is worlds. So let me run that. Our sample test cases has been accepted. Let I to submit it. So we have like some like all the test cases has been run successfully fine, and our solution has been run. So this is one solution, right? In which we are running like two for loops. This is one solution, and it is not, as I told you, it is not necessary to write this function, right? But in the question they have mentioned, let's define a Boolean function. So that's why we define this Boolean function. But you can directly just copy paste this line, and you can check this here. You can check this here, and then we can. So then there is no need of this function. Then there is no need of this function, right? So you can do that as well. But what is the other method? What is the other method? Is there any other method? So yes, there is one more other method. All right. So if you noticed here, what we are basically doing, we are creating a pairs. So let me rub this. So let's this time let's take this example. PA, 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 MA, MA, MA. So what we are doing is, so we are comparing PA with PA, PA, and then PA with MA, then PA with MA, MA, right? So we create these pairs. Then we compare PA, PA with MA, and then PA, PA with MA, MA, right? We create this pair and then MA with MA, MA, right? So then we create this pair. So we are creating this pair. So in the Python, we have a class called iter tool. From iter tools, import combination. It's combinations or combination. Let me cross verify. So it's combination. So iter tools dot combinations. So we have a function called combinations. So we can create a list of combinations. So you can say world's combination, right? And we can call this function combinations, and combination should be on the worlds. So it will create the combination uh, by taking the words from this and combination of how many pairs, two pair or three pairs, so two, right? So and if I just print this, print words combination, so what is going to become? So let me run that. So if you see here, so we are getting some iter tool, and if we just do list of and run that, and okay, so syntax is wrong, run. So you could see we are getting all the combination whatever we want na. So basically we avoided two for loops and we already created like the combinations, right? So it doesn't mean that it is going to optimize your code, no. Maybe because we don't know the combination logic, maybe the combination logic because it is the inbuilt function, right? Maybe at the back end, whoever written the whoever write this function, maybe to get this pairs they also write some two for loops, right? So we don't know. So we can't say if we are avoiding just two for loops, it is going to increase our performance, no, until unless we don't know how the combination is going to work at the back end. So we get the list. So what we have to do is now we will just iterate for all the combination for I in worlds combination. All right. So or I in worlds. So first, so we are running a loop. So first this will come, then this will come. So first this will come. If this will come, then what we have to do is if this will come, so we have to check if. So this is string one and this is string two. Then we have to check if I of one. So this is I, right? So this is I, and this is I of zero, and this is I of one. If I of one dot starts with I of zero and I of one dot ends with I of zero. All right. If that is the case, then we will do count plus is equal to one, and then we are going to return count. And we have to take the variable count. So let's try to run that. So our sample case has been accepted. So let's try to submit. So our old test case has been passed, and so this time it runs a little bit faster. Earlier we beat I think 60% of the user. Now we beat 82 or 83% of the user. So the reason is like because this is inbuilt function and maybe it is written in the C's and which is faster, and we avoid two for loops, right? So all the combinations are available and we can just directly checking okay, because all the combinations we get. So these combinations we already get. We are just checking whether this string is the prefix of this one or not. So this string is the prefix of this string is the prefix suffix of this or not, right? And then we are incrementing our count. So that is the easy question, but it like generally asked in the interview as well. So you can also try this question. So thank you. That's the end of the video.